Hi, everyone. It's Lisa Casenti here. And I recently had the pleasure of speaking with Benjamin Oyoo, who is the founder of Jambo Rafiki Children's Home in Oyugis, which is in Kenya, Africa. And we have with us today one of Benjamin's dear friends who actually visited him in the orphanage in Africa, Eric Woodard. And I wanted to ask Eric to speak with us a little bit about how he met Ben, and we'll take it from there. But Eric, thank you so much for being here. And you were drawn to Benjamin and his mission. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do and how you found Benjamin?
Sure. Well, Benjamin found me. He reached out to me on Facebook with I think a group that we were both in, and he reached out to me on Facebook, just looking for a little bit of support. And at first, to be totally honest with you, I didn't know if he was a scammer or whatever. So I gave him a little bit. I gave him a little bit of money, and then kind of called it. But that that wasn't satisfying for Ben. He was striking up a friendship no matter what. So he persisted on, and yeah, for long we were talking about any number of things, and we became fast friends. So yeah, and then that was all in November of, or I guess October, early October 2020 is when we met. And then by April 2021, I had kind of felt called to go over to Africa and visit them, and see what I could really do as far as what was going on with the operation and what I could do to help. Yeah, so I don't know that I think I went over more for Ben than for the orphanage, but the kids latched onto me very quickly, right? So I think more my main mission and concern was the church, but it was such a happy coincidence that it was just so happened to be a orphanage mission. And then yeah, going over there, I mean, these kids just absolutely grabbed my heart. Just a little story about one of them, Shawnee, Ben's daughter, would come up to me. I mean, how old is Shawnee, Ben? 3, 2?
Three.
3? Yeah, she'd come up and grab my finger and guide me around the compound, so I was safe, you know. Her, her and her and was it Billy? Yeah, Billy. Yeah, they'd both come up and grab one of my fingers and guide me around. So that was very nice. But yeah, so the children really grabbed my heart, and so did their needs. But beyond that, there's I think 10 widows, 10 or 11 widows, that are kind of under our care informally, I guess, but they depend on it. So yeah, there's a lot going on, Lisa. direct me in a way.
Oh, I was also drawn to Benjamin. Benjamin and I met through a networking group through 1BC, and I heard a bit about what he was doing, and I could see the light, I could see his heart. I don't know, and there's some energy about Benjamin and about when he talks about what it is that he's doing. So there may be people on here that are kind of intrigued. They want to know how to help best, but they also might feel, Eric, like how you did in the beginning, that, well, is this a scam? Is this truly, is
Sure.
this truly an operation?
Right.
So, and what can you tell us about, like, what are your thoughts? I know in the interview with Ben, we talked about what are the needs in terms of these children there's 27 of them. They need permanent housing. They need, many of them, not many, but 5 to 7 need access to HIV meds. They need a health facility. There are so many needs for these children. So what would you say to someone that is maybe watching this right now that is saying, well, what can I do? I just live here, and how do I know this is legitimate? What is the
Well,
best action that someone could take? Do
Well,
you,
I think the first thing is just kind of what set it out was what we're talking about with somebody possibly being a scammer and all that, and just kind of being dubious. And I think that's a perfectly well-intentioned thing to think in this case, because it's true. There is a lot of that going on. So that's kind of step A, is finding someone that you can actually effectually help. And something that I've noticed about Ben is I can absolutely trust him with money. I've sent $10 and I've sent thousands to him, and he's been responsible with all of it, which is crazy to me because of the intense need. I know that I couldn't be as responsible as he is with my own money. So that's that's kind of always been a trippy thing, helping out Ben, is I know it's going to the right place. I mean, like, I really know it. And I know that personally from being there and just seeing how Ben, I mean, I have to tell him to retain some of the money for himself if I want him to. I mean, I really do. And that's a strange situation to be in, but it's also uplifting in a way to see extreme poverty, but see extreme stewardship at the same time, is intense to say the least, right? So you can kind of go from one end of the spectrum where you have no idea where aid is going to too much information about where your aid is going to. So yeah, I think that's an interesting thing about helping people. And I know that's something that with Ben, your funds are going to the place that you want them to go to, wherever that is, whether that's going to help Ben, or if you have another mission in Kenya, for example, that you want to make sure gets done, or the money gets to the right place. So that's an extremely big thing to say about Ben for somebody like that, is to have an asset that you can pass aid through to whatever you're trying to do is a big deal. Yeah, so that's kind of what I could say about Ben and his trustworthiness, and that's a big thing to say coming from somebody from here to Kenya. But yeah, guide me on another question, Lisa.
sure. Eric, where are you coming in from? Where do you
Oh,
live?
I'm in my house in Texas. Sorry.
You're in Texas.
Yeah,
And you're a daddy of two,
I
right?
am.
So
Behind you.
there, and a doggy too.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
This is Raven.
Aw.
Daddy's growing. That's Summer. Also
Oh
growing.
my goodness.
I know. And that's Shay Shay, little Chihuahua. And I'm going to get a jacket because I'm cold and I'm shivering. But
Okay, well, that's okay. You can do that. And we have about 1 minute before we end, but my hope is that we will be able to do another interview. And Ben was telling us that possibly there may be a trip from the States to Kenya in February. And I think, Ben, you had said that possibly 1BC would be getting some people to go and really see what it is that you need and kind of do some of the labor and some of the things and being with the kiddos. So can you tell us a little bit about that, or what you hope
yeah,
to come
yeah.
from that trip?
Yeah, as far as I know, I don't think that there was any labor involved. I think it was more of a vacation. Um, I mean, that was my understanding, was that it was going to be yeah, a really good time. But
With the kiddos and
yeah, I mean,
just seeing
so,
what,
somewhat. I mean, if that's what somebody wanted to do, somebody. I think the kind of cool thing about it is it's completely open. I mean, the idea, I believe, was for two people, but if say, like, a couple and their two kids wanted to go, they could pay for the plane tickets for the kids. Everything else would be taken care of. But yeah, so that was kind of the idea. But
that's
I mean, as far as what we were talking about a couple of days at the orphanage and the rest on vacation. Yeah.
well, my thought would be, I hope that people want to go and help Benjamin and support them and just kind of see what they can do when they
Right.
do go. But I think that's amazing. I definitely want to be kept posted on that. And if anybody that's watching this is interested in going to visit Benjamin, possibly in February, please comment, let us know. And if there's any connections that anybody has in terms of whether it's HIV medication or building any permanent structures in Kenya, anything that you think could be useful, please let us know. And that's what we're hoping for Benjamin and the children. And any last words, Benjamin or Eric, just before we end? And this will be one of many, hopefully,
nice.
one of many interviews.
Well, let me just say real quick before I forget, but the as far as the trip is concerned, the idea is for whoever wins to really tailor it to them. So if you guys want to spend 10 days at the orphanage, like you'd have an amazing time. But I don't know that everybody wants to spend 10 days at the orphanage. Somebody might want to spend 2, somebody might want to spend 3, 1. But whatever you want to do, we're really going to accommodate that trip and just make it like tailored to you. So anyway, that's all I had to say about that before I forget.
Thank you, Eric. And any parting words from you, Benjamin?
I can just say that we welcome everyone at Jambo Rafiki Children's Home to come volunteer and to come help support the needs that we need for the children. Anyway, I'm just saying goodbye for this talk.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Benjamin. Thank you, Eric. And many blessings to everyone. Please remember to follow Benjamin's page. And again, that's Jambo Rafiki Children's Home Oyugis. And I will put the link in the comment section. So thank you and bye for now.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Amazing. Thank you.